they're gonna bring me on stage. No.
All right.
But I think you guys should have announced this before a day.
Test.
I know that you guys did not know where is the location.
Here we go.
Now,
Here we go.
Satin. But at least you could have told the people who are playing the game at the booth.
The thing is, we weren't sure if the people
Mic
who were drawing up
test.
on that day would arrive in this.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, how is everybody doing? Yeah? Oh, well, Roger's cheating. Hey, guys. Any fans of Elden Ring here? I'll take that. I'll take that. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, yeah, me too. Me too. We can be besties now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the game Elden Ring, which is by Bandai Namco, just crashed all expectations. Tense by everybody. And today we're going to have an amazing showcase of the game itself as we're going to answer all your questions when it comes to Elden Ring. But before that, let's watch this coming video.
It happened an age ago. But when I recall, I see it true. On a night of wintry fog, the rune of death was stolen. And the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwyn the Golden. Queen Marika was driven to the brink. The shattering ensued, a war that wrought only darkness. The Elden Ring was broken. But by whom? And why? What could the demigods ever hope to win by warring? The conqueror of the stars, General Radar. And the blade of Mikkel and Melania the Seventh. These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat. But there would be no victor. And so, we inhabit a fractured world, awaiting the arrival of the Elden Lord. Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
make of thyselves that which ye desire, be it a lord, be it a god. But should ye fail to become aught at all, ye will be forsaken, amounting only to sacrifices.
Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Champions, welcome! A celebration of war! Paragon Festival!
I pray that the guidance of grace abandons you.
Why accept the burden of their grace, or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the fingers? Rise with us, against the Erd tree.
Never met someone with a taste for brawn or contrast. We'd make good mates, I reckon.
I bid thee travel the path of the Lord. And once all is done, we shall see each other once more. Now, go forth. Become Elden Lord.
لعبة إلدن رينج هي لعبة أكشن تقمص أدوار في عالم خيالي مظلم. ادخل الأراضي الوسطى، مكان ذو نطاق غير محدود ولغز غامض، حيث تتجلى رحلتك تدريجياً للكشف عن طوق إلدن الأسطوري.
Thou shouldst take the crown.
يحكم الأراضي الوسطى أبطال عظماء، أولئك الذين ورثوا دم الملكة ماريكا الخالدة.
Someone must extinguish thy flame.
أنت تلعب كسليل للمشوهين، وهم مجموعة من الأبطال نبذوا ذات مرة من الأراضي الوسطى. انقطع المصدر الأساسي لنعمة شجرة إيرد عندما تحطم طوق إلدن، ووجد المشوهون المنفيون أنفسهم منقادين مرة أخرى بالنعمة المفقودة منذ زمن. ستبدأ رحلة مليئة بالألغاز ومحفوفة بالمخاطر نحو الأراضي الوسطى كمشوه، لتواجه الأبطال السابقين لهذا العالم. تحتوي الأراضي الوسطى على مساحات لعب هائلة ومكتظة، حافلة بالتهديدات وزاخرة بالمجهول. ستواجه أعداء مرعبين وتقابل شخصيات متنوعة عديدة، وتكشف سراديب خفية، وسيكافأ الذين يقدمون بشجاعة على سراديب الموتى والمناجم والكهوف هذه كما ينبغي. انتقل بعيداً بما يكفي وستصل في النهاية إلى سراديب إيرث، خريطة سراديب متشابكة ومخططة بشكل معقد تتصل بسلاسة مع الأراضي المحيطة. تضفي هذه البيئات الممتدة أسلوبها الخاص في التشويق والاستكشاف، ما يخلق شعوراً مختلفاً عن الشعور الناتج من رحلتك في عالم اللعبة. الأراضي الوسطى شاسعة وتقدم مستواً عالياً من الحرية للمستكشفين. استخدم الخريطة لتساعدك في الملاح. ضع منارات وعلامات للأماكن التي تجذبك، وانتقل سريعاً لنقاط العبور التي اكتشفتها سابقاً. استدعي خيلك الطيفي الجدير بالثقة تورنت لتجول أسرع في أي وقت وفي أي مكان خارج مناطق السراديب. يقدم تورنت قدرة فائقة على التنقل، ما يمكن من التغلغل أكثر وأعمق في الأراضي الوسطى. ستقابل شخصيات عديدة طوال رحلتك، لكل منها دوافعها وأهدافها الخاصة.
I am the Lord of all that is golden.
ساعدهم في السعي وراء هذه الأهداف للكشف عن ماضيهم ومعرفة مكانك المشترك في العالم. تتجاوز حرية اللاعب استكشاف الأراضي الوسطى لما هو أبعد بكثير. يمكن تخصيص شخصيتك بشكل كامل، بدءاً من المظهر حتى الدرع والقدرات. صر محارباً متخصصاً في القتال المتلاحم، أو ساحراً يبرع في السحر والتعاويذ، أو يمكنك بالطبع أن تحاول إتقان القليل من كل شيء. تنتظرك تشكيلة واسعة من المعدات والأسلحة والسحر والمهارات أن تكتشفها، ما يسمح لك بتطوير شخصيتك بأي طريقة تريدها. قد يجد المغامر المتحمس تصنيع العناصر مفيداً باستخدام مواد التقطها طوال رحلته. يمكن تصنيع العديد من العناصر في لمح البصر، بدءاً من الأسهم وقنابل النار إلى اللحوم المملحة والعناصر الأخرى القابلة للاستهلاك، التي تقدم مجموعة فوائد متنوعة. يمكن أن يستدعي اللاعب الأرواح ليحارب جنباً إلى جنب معه. تتنوع أنواع الأرواح وسلوكياتها، لذا فإن استدعاءها تبعاً للموقف هو المهم. في المواقف الخطيرة للغاية يمكنك أن تختار عدم الاشتباك مع العدو عن طريق التسلل أو التفادي أو الهروب. يمكنك أيضاً الانضمام إلى اللاعبين من العوالم الأخرى للتجول والاستكشاف ومواجهة خصومك العنيدين معاً. يعج عالم الأراضي الوسطى الشاسع بالمخاطر والإثارة والدراما الأسطورية. ابدأ مغامرتك واكشف أسرارها لنفسك. انهض أيها المشوه، انهض وصر سيد إلدن.
Okay, did you enjoy what you watched right now with Elden Ring? Yes? Well, you can do better. Did you enjoy it or not? Make some noise, come on! Well, it is with great honor here to join me on stage and to share this amazing space with Rasha Miqdad, the community manager of Bandai Namco. I'm sorry. You know, Elden Ring. Bandai Namco, everybody.
Sorry, I think I think this one ran out of battery. I hope you guys are all doing great. Yeah? You guys are enjoying Comic-Con? Awesome. So we brought to you guys Elden Ring, which is our latest masterpiece. Let's be honest, it's a masterpiece from Miyazaki-san and his amazing talented team at From Software. Whoops, sorry. Okay, yeah, you can take that. The amazing talented team at From Software in Japan. So this game has been a long time coming. It's been in development since 2019, and it's finally out. and we're really excited to finally bring it here at Comic-Con. So, has anyone here played Elden Ring? Yes? Did you guys finish it? Who finished Elden Ring? Okay, it's fine. There's no pressure because we're all gonna need to take our time, especially with those boss fights. So thank you, Bara, for introducing me, and I guess we can get started on talking about Elden Ring. I want to hear your thoughts because I have been looking at Elden Ring for the past 4 years, and I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think?
I mean, looking at the game and trying it for a bit, to be honest, I don't know how would you spend all that time to make that happen. The game is huge. And it's massive. Plus, the storyline is something else. The script is too deep and too philosophical. And it's like, how are we going to make this happen? But guys, let me know who's been playing the game for a while right now. Sir, what do you think of the game? Let me just come to you right now. Let me ask you right now. I would like to hear your thoughts. And of course, if you have any questions, Rasha will be more than happy to answer your questions regarding the game. So, heading to you, sir. Let me know what you think of the game and if you have a question. Of course, it's not every day that we get to meet Rasha Miqdar from Bandai Namco, guys. So he is hard to catch, by the way. Of course, was Zid joining us here from Bandai Namco as well. So, sir, what do you think of the game?
Well, I think the game is really nice from the graphics, the setup. I find it interesting when you compare it to Dark Souls because I feel like it's the continuation.
It's like the evolution.
Yes, it's like this next level of Dark Souls, especially when it comes to the character selection, the options that you have in terms of the character selection, the customization are all very unique when you compare them to the previous sequel, that's Dark Souls. One thing I have been thinking about, honestly, I find the types of Dark Souls games pretty punishing for players. Yeah, I think everybody agrees with me on that.
Okay.
So is there something that's in this game that helps you in terms of getting used to it?
Yes, that's actually a very good question.
It is.
A lot of people feel intimidated by these games. You know, when someone says, hey, have you played the new Dark Souls? And they go, no, I don't want to. My whole life is Dark Souls. So I completely understand that. And trust me, the developers at From Software are always taking in feedback and they're always refining the gameplay. However, it's worth noting that when you enter the world, like especially the lands between, it's not meant to be a world that is welcoming you, so to speak. It is a very hostile land. And in fact, one of the things you brought up was that it's a massive world. And you know, I don't want to do comparisons, but it's fair to note that a lot of people, especially players, are used to kind of a hand-holding approach when it comes to open-world games. When you enter an open-world game, it tells you, these are your objectives, go to this marker to progress the story, etc. But in Elden Ring, it's like, no, you're not going to have it that easy. Instead, it asks you as a player, where do you want to go? Do you want to go there? Let's see what's over there. Oh, okay, there's a dragon here. I'm not going to fight you right now. You know, oh, okay, this guy's riding a horse and he's, you know, kicking my ass. I'm not going to fight this guy.
Right.
So the idea is that you're learning while playing. A lot of people who look at a game over screen think, I'm bad at this game. But with Elden Ring, when you see a game over, you are leveling up as a player. You are learning. You're learning through failure, which I think is kind of a bit weird because that's kind of how we deal with life events, you know? You try things in life, you don't do well, you failed at something, but you gain something in return. So Elden Ring works very similarly. So when you're playing a game, when you're going through the lands between and you enter an area that is very difficult, you know naturally as a player, I'm not supposed to be here. This is not the place for me to be. I need to go somewhere else and figure it out. So you slowly begin to learn the game through the gameplay. And this is honestly one of the key features on why so many people are praising Elden Ring right now. Because it is a game that hands the controls to the player and asks the player to make the choices. We're not making the choices for you. This is an entire world for you to explore. You enter here, you found a secret, you discovered something. Another player might tell you, hey, why didn't you go there? By the way, if you go, this also starts a sort of discourse online. People can discuss things. People can tell you, oh, you can go there for a hidden item that will help you beat this boss. I didn't know that. I had to stay 20 hours fighting this boss, and you beat him in like 1 hour. So, this is the kind of thing that teaches us, and this is the kind of key element, the key ingredient to Elden Ring. And I think it does teach players. I think I've seen a lot of players who played Elden Ring for the first time. I've never touched Dark Souls, and I found it to be refreshing that it's not holding your hand. It's telling you to do the choices yourself.
All right, that was amazing. Pretty much, I learned a lot from this answer. Anybody else who played Elden Ring want to see and want to hear your thoughts? Here we go, here we go. Tell us what you think of the game, and if you have a question, we have Rashid.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the game is amazing so far. I've only played like 10, 15 minutes because I'm being busy with the event, but it's been a great game so far, and from what I've seen, it seems like heavily inspired by like Breath of the Wild and its game design and the way it leads players to objectives and so on. So what games would you say Elden Ring are inspired by?
Interesting.
Wow, that is a very specific question.
Yeah.
I wish Miyazaki-san was here to answer. But I can tell you that, of course, inspiration is obvious when you see it, and a lot of games do this. It's not just exclusive to Elden Ring. Elden Ring gets inspired by games, but I would say that they don't copy it. There's a key difference between being inspired and copying something. When you play a game, sometimes you're like, I've played this game before. I've experienced this before. Elden Ring takes the elements that from certain games that you might have mentioned and sort of does it its own way. So yes, while you can say that there is a lot of inspiration, and this, by the way, applies to pretty much any medium. So if you're watching a movie, you can tell this is from a renowned director, but this movie was inspired by something else. One of my favorite movies is Django, and apparently that's a remake from an old Western movie, which I didn't know, but it's completely different from the original. So in a way, Elden Ring has its own identity, and yes, it could be inspired by other things, but I think to answer that specific question would be difficult since I wasn't involved on the development team.
All right. All right, everybody. Anybody else that has a question? Yes, sir. I think we're going to end it with that. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
So, playing, I find that like the gameplay has been like refined. I'd say it's like the most refined that we've seen in the Souls franchise, even more than Bloodborne, even more than Dark Souls 3, which is my favorite, in the whole franchise. And just like the whole open world and just every little element they introduce, right, really kind of like solidifies it, at least to me, like it has the potential to be the best Souls game so far. So I guess my question is like, it already like looks gigantic. Everything I've seen is it's a gigantic game. It has a ton of content. But I guess one of my questions is, do you think we'll see more like content DLC, or will we see more games like set in the lands between?
Well, again, that's a very specific question, and I'm afraid I can't answer that. But again, the team at From Software are definitely looking at feedback, and they're always listening to fans, and they're always looking at ways on what they can do next. They are, let's say, at the top of their game right now, it's fair to say. I can't tell you what they're working on. I legitimately can't tell you, even if I did know. But, rest assured they're listening, and they're watching, and they want to hear your feedback. Let the people experience the lands between. I mean, it's just been a week since the game launched, and who knows what will happen. I can't say yes or no, but let's just say that they're listening to feedback.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us here. And of course, big shout out goes to Rashid Miqdad, Community Manager of Bandai Namco, and Zaid, of course, from Bandai Namco. Thank you so much, and do remember the game is right there. You can try it right now. It is there, is available for you to grab. Thank you so much, and just enjoy the rest of the evening.